morning everyone. Today's lecture topic is peaceful use of the nuclear energy. Since its origin in the 1938, nuclear energy has always been concerned, or you can say considered to be as weapon of mass destruction. It was invented and discovered by the Mr. Otto Hahn and his scientist companions in the year of 1938, and since then it has always been concerned or considered to be as a threat to the humanity. We saw what happened there in the 1945 after the World War II, because its aftermath, its repercussions is something that we're still observing there in the Japan. Now if we come up to today's world, there are various treaties which have been signed in order to reduce its risk, its threat to the humanity and the whole world. These are primarily concerned with various treaties. For example, there is CTBT, which stands for the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. Then similarly, there is PTBT, which stands for the Partial Test Ban Treaty. Similarly, there is a UN resolution as well. Plus, there is also one policy that one government or one country can basically adopt, which is concerned with the no-use policy. Here, the nation basically pledges itself to not to use the nuclear weapons on its own at the very first to initiate the war. So that is something that has been committed by countries like India and China only, and it has been repudiated by some of the countries like US, UK, Pakistan, Russia, and NATO forces basically considered as an preposterous policy to adopt. Then if we talk about the present world, then we have seen the irresponsible use of the nuclear weapons and nuclear energy as well, due to which the US-Iran tensions is something that we observed. We saw that US basically imposed the sanctions on the Iran because of the limit that was being crossed by the Iran as far as the nuclear arsenal and its storage is concerned. So we saw that the sanctions were being imposed to them. So in today's world, it is very important to actually commit yourself towards being a very responsible nation as far as the nuclear energy is concerned. So as far as India is concerned, India has always committed itself to being responsible as far as the nuclear energy is concerned. That is the reason why in the year of 1998, it committed and pledged itself to the no first use policy. Earlier to India, it has only been the China who actually adopted the no first use policy in the 1960s, and apart from there is no other country who has actually done that. So it shows that how responsible India is as far as the nuclear energy and its responsibility is concerned. But if we talk at the world level, if we want to ensure the peace, we have to ensure that all the nations basically pledge themselves towards the various treaties which are there in the world. Plus, we ensure that with integrated efforts, we basically boycott, or you can say set aside such countries who are showing irresponsible responses towards the nuclear weapon. And an integrated effort can basically lead to a peaceful world without the use of the nuclear weapons. Thank you.
A very good afternoon, gentlemen. My today's lecture topic is the peaceful uses of nuclear energy. So, in this lecture, gentlemen, I will talk about how to use nuclear energy in a peaceful manner, what are the organizations responsible for controlling it, and finally, I will talk about the role of India into it. So, gentlemen, it was a tragedy that the first use of atomic energy done by the world is through the two bombs which wiped off the two major cities of Japan during the Second World War. It was a lesson for the human being. Talking about the atomic energy, then it is a potential scientific energy which mankind can use either for the constructive or for the destructive purpose. This atomic energy is based on the principle of splitting of atoms, which is the smallest unit of an metal, into nuclear, and this nuclear will further split into proton and neutron. This splitting of an atom will release unended a huge amount of energy. This energy, when go through a nuclear plant, then it will produce a huge amount of electricity. And though this nuclear plant does not burn fuel, it does not emit the greenhouse gases. Apart from generate electricity, it will used extensively in the field of agriculture, in the field of medical science, in the field of biology, and most importantly in the field of space technology. Now, gentlemen, talking about its uses in the agriculture, then the radiation is used, for to produce a new variety of crops, vegetables, and the most importantly, it is used in the field of medical science as the nuclear science. It will provide a picture of inside the body, which further used to diagnose the disease and help to treat the disease like cancer and thyroid. Apart from this, it is used in the electric vehicles, in the space technology, as I have already mentioned, and most importantly for the desalination of water. There is a organization, gentlemen, that is the International Atomic Energy Agency. It promotes the peaceful use of nuclear energy in the world. It was stabilized in the year 1957, and India was one of the founder member of it. It promote the practical application of and the uses in the in the world. There is another thing is NPT is there, that is the Non-Proliferation Treaty. This had been signed by the most of the nuclear powered nations. However, India did not sign the NPT, but it signed some other control regime like the MTCR, Wassenaar Agreement, and Australian Group. India, as far as India is concerned, gentlemen, the India is have a hostile neighborhood, the country like Bangladesh, Pakistan, and China. Because of that, we have a nuclear weapons in our arsenal. Finally, gentlemen, I would like to conclude my lecture by saying definitely having a nuclear weapons or having a nuclear power plant in the country is a boon for a country's defense sector, for its good for its security and goods for its economy. But it is the responsibility of the government to take care of it for the benefit of the people. Thank you very much.